I have to tell you, like, and now we're starting to hear from others saying, welcome to stagflation. I mean, we all sort of knew this. God, you've heard Brian going on $10 loaf of bread, all that kind of nonsense. And, as I tried to help Stewart see it, but I don't know whether he does see it or not. The irony of it all is that if you actually take the money printing out of the equation, actually these prices are pretty darn low. So what does it mean? I mean, how high do prices actually have to go for us to actually go, holy Jesus, these are high prices? And they always say that what's the cure for high prices? Well, it's high prices. So the problem is, though, most people are like, well, Brian, high prices, a cure for high prices, high prices. Look at what's happening to the crude prices right now. And, this is pretty high. Why isn't it correct? We're not that high. It's just these bastards have totally hoodwinked us. It's a hard lesson in economics. And I don't even think 99% of the public even understands. I was saying this to in the day trader room this morning. I was trying to explain this, and one of the guys goes, "Yeah, but I could see that my sixth grade English teacher, if I tried to explain what these suckers have done to us, her eyes are just going to glaze over, and she's going to totally zone out." And the banksters win again. It's shocking. So anyway, we're in a very difficult window here. We got to get through this sort of Benner cycle 22, 23 kind of thing to set up the next bull market. And once, of course, the banksters have kind of destroyed all this sort of purchasing power of the Joe Six-pack, well, I think they will set the base for the next rally. And the irony of it all is it's probably going to happen as soon as this equation rolls over. So you can see this is a typical cycle. And we go from very low rates to very high rates, back to very low rates, back to high rates, back to low rates, back to high rates, back to low rates, right, as we move our way through these sine waves. So you can see that the trough, September 2023. Gee whiz. Mr. Benner say something about that? So this cycle really goes on for about another year. At least I've given you guys at least a clear image. What I'm basically saying is we're going to have to probably all be cooling our jets for the next year or so. Should be interesting to see how TRI does on the other side of all this. The good part about it is the education program, I think, is super valuable. Take the time now, if you've got the time, to actually get all this education done, and then at least you'll know sort of all the fun tools that people use to analyze. And then, of course, you'll be able to see the bottom come in. And of course, I mean, the irony of it all is that as I even quizzed Sjord. I don't even know whether Sjord believes this or not. But you can clearly see exactly when we want to get super excited about crypto again. I mean, there's the bottom there last cycle, and there's sort of your window to get ready, and there is the halvening, and woohoo! So I fully expect the bottom. There's December 2022, December, December, January. That's when I fully expect the bottom to come in. And there's the halvening event. So we'll probably spend a year or so just bumping along, forming a base, and getting ready for the next face rip. Can you spend this window here just getting educated? And you got to cool your jets when it comes to buying. There just isn't a heck of a lot to be buying out there right now. I know. I'm sorry, folks. I know you want me to say there is, but there just isn't. And can you just cool your jets? And then as soon as we wash out, we probably hit like a 1 year from the peak to the trough. Then you just start putting yourself on a dollar cost averaging plan. As long as we're at or below reload zones, then you can buy. It's interesting how we did just dip into Mountain Man. I think you're probably early, and I remember a lot of people that bought Mountain Man here right? And I went touring around Europe. They all convinced themselves, all right, I just bought the floor. There's no way this thing's going down from here. And of course, there's one more dump. So I really don't mind if you're a little old lady kind of inclined, that you say, well, Brian, my plan says that I actually have to start accumulating at Mountain Man. I don't really have a problem if you went and bought some there at 28. It's probably a little expensive, but I would definitely say, as this sort of points out, that I fully expect the bottom, the trade, to actually develop off 78.6. It just seems like Bitcoin really loves this fib. So there's your future. Party, party.